Sushmitha Dev, you've been perhaps on the panel, certainly the most experienced parliamentarian. What happened, as public we are seeing every session, including question hour, not happening. Perceptionally wise, there'll be people out there who will say, look, yes, the government's job to run parliament, but what about the opposition? Tali do haath se bajti hai. Opposition from day one also wanted the focus squarely on Adani and no other issue.
Rajdeep, Parliament reflects the mood of the nations and the issues that are currently in the public domain. And I'm pained to say that what is scrolling on your television, which says 100% washout of the Parliament, you need to add 3 more letters, that by the BJP. What is appalling is government ministers, the treasury benches, which is unheard of. Unheard of. These are the darkest days in the history of parliamentary democracy, where you see ministers and MPs of the treasury bench stalling parliament.
Well, one dark day, ma'am, I'll just remind Sushmitha ji, I'll just remind you of one dark day also when you were in power, and remember there was the statehood issue of Andhra Pradesh and the formation of Telangana where the lights were switched off inside parliament. That also was a rather dark day, if you'll remember, and the government was actively involved in that.
Rajdeep, I just want to say one thing, that first of all, it was not my party in power. I'm in the Trinamool Congress.
I know, your original party.
Yeah, so what I want to say is, please understand, what I need your viewers to understand is, in the parliament, it has never been seen that the treasury benches, ministers of the government are standing and not allowing the parliament to function. And to top it all, if 50 lakh crore budget, a finance bill is passed in 12 minutes without a debate. You're saying 251 crores have been wasted. You're saying that democracy is become redundant, parliament is redundant. Who's responsible this time? It's the BJP. That's what's blasphemous about this session. It is unheard of. And this is for one single reason, Adani. And let me tell you, let me add to what Shama said, that the Supreme Court Expert Committee cannot call into question the nexus between the Prime Minister and Adani. That only the Parliament can ensure accountability on behalf of the Prime Minister. That Prime Minister must bow to the legislative design that this democracy has designed for accountability, which is the Parliament.
Okay.
What have they got to hide?
The one worry also I have, Aparajita Sarangi, then come to you, PDT, because the one worry is the budget of this country was passed without discussion. The grants worth 45 lakh crores. Imagine anyone passing these large amounts of money that affect you and me without even a basic discussion. How can you just pass the budget? And this is the second time this has happened under the NDA rule, where budgets are now being passed without discussion. You might as well close down parliament then, if you can't even pass the budget with a proper discussion and debate on grants.
Let me tell you, I was in the Lok Sabha when the finance bill was presented by Honorable Finance Minister. And thereafter, definitely the ruling dispensation wanted a debate. There were speakers from our side who were ready for the debate, and we expected the speakers from other side also to speak. But then there was a ruckus created by them. We wanted debate on the finance bill. We wanted their suggestions. We wanted their ideas on the finance bill. They could have recommended certain things. But did they really want to talk about the finance bill? They wanted to talk about the Adani issue only, and the JPC issue only, for which the deliberation was on in the Supreme Court. So I think you have to ask the opposition. And you know what? Here is an opposition, especially the Congress, who says that Prime Minister Modi's government is against democracy. Let me complete. You know, they have been harping on one thing. Prime Minister Modi's government is actually hurting the democracy in the country. I mean, when, the Congress says this is laughable, because it is the Congress which actually invoked Article 356 93 times to topple the state governments. I mean, they don't have the authority and the moral courage to speak about democracy. At least the opposition, the Congress should not talk about democracy.